We know the dividends, we know the interest, sales, cost, depreciation, tax rate. What's the operating cash flow? Now, operating cash flow is net income plus depreciation plus interest expense. We are given the interest expense, we are given the depreciation. If you calculate net income, we're home, right? And sales, 139.7. Cost, 1014. Interest, 21.3. Depreciation, 10.5. 1 minus the tax rate, 34%. We got our net income, add back the depreciation and interest, you're home. Again, once I write the definition, things follow easily. Should be one of the answers. By the way, just because something is one of the answers, does not necessarily mean that you get it right. Years ago, and those days, this was before COVID, my exams were confidence-based. So if you had a multiple choice, not only you had to tell me the right answer, but you also had to tell me what sort of confidence you had in the answer. If you had full confidence on a 10-point question, if you got it right, I gave you 12.5. But if you got it wrong, you get -5. Not only you didn't get any points, you lost 5 points from other questions too. You can say I'm fairly confident. If you got 100% for right answer, -25 for wrong. You can say I have some confidence. You get 75% for right answer, 0 for the wrong answer. And if you say none, I gave you 3.5 out of 10 just for telling me that, whether you were right or wrong. This was a QMB 200 question class, which is a business statistics class. Now we don't have personnel, so we let the math department teach it for us, unfortunately. A finance professor costs about twice as much as a math professor. It is what it is. I mean, being a math professor is harder, but the outside market for them is not that good. It was a simple question, basic probability. My younger son was at second grade, so this is about 12 years ago. It said event A has a probability of 0.5, 0.4. Event B has a probability of 0.45. What is the probability that they both have? Possible answers, 85%. Just add them up. 80%, multiply it. 5%, find the difference, 0. And not enough information. The correct answer is not enough information. It's unless you knew that A and B were independent events. There is no information over there that would allow you to calculate that. But it was normal to expect certain students say 0.18 because that would have been the answer had they been independent. I had a lot of students said it was 85% and they were fully confident. Why? Because they didn't think about it, it was one of the answers. They added the numbers, they got it together. And probably half the class gave that answer. Of that half, probably half were fully confident. They were very surprised when they got that negative marks. I graded those and I got mad. The next day, my son had my older son did a group recall competition. I also took my younger one, for babysitting purposes. While before they start, let me ask, he was an NBA fan those days, and it was mostly because of LeBron. Cavs fan, I said, Cavs and Celtics are playing, okay? And Cavs win 40% of their games, Celtics 45. Is it possible that they both win 85% of their games? This kid has a kind of an attitude, like me. Are you really asking me this question? Yes. Of course not, Daddy. 7 years old. Okay, he's someone of a math genius. He understood the meaning of negative numbers in second grade. Trust me, this is college. It's good, but it's not that good. It's because those students simply did not think. It's not about their inability to do mathematics. Mathematics has nothing to do with operations. It's thinking about numbers. If you thought about it, you knew that it cannot be the right answer. You may not know the correct answer, that's okay. But if you look at a wrong answer and not even thinking, you say, okay, this has to be the right answer. That's the problem I have. And if you're fully confident about it, people who don't know that they don't know are dangerous people. They need to be punished. The only thing I can do is give them -5. But stay away from people who don't know that they don't know. Because if you know that you don't know, I can teach you. Because you're aware that you don't know. If you know that you know, that's very good anyway. If you simply tell me that you don't know, I'm good. And those days, I was also using those in a research paper. I actually calculated 2 coefficients out of those. One is called coefficient of confusion. It's kind of the rate at which the class is unsure about certain questions or a certain student. And the second one was coefficient of delusion. How delusional are you? That you think you know, but you don't. But some students simply gamble. One summer class, I was using that. Every day I did a kind of 10-minute quiz based on the stuff we covered the previous day. I had one student who averaged, not a single quiz, -20% from those quizzes. She kept saying she was fully certain, and she was wrong. I mean, at some point you gotta learn, ask questions, but no. All right. Let me see if there's any other interesting question. Otherwise, I'll let you guys go. And we've done something like that. Come on. 22 then. Done it. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, let's stop here. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to post the chapter quiz. You're going to have till not this Friday, but next Wednesday. So you'll have enough time. Make sure you do some attempts early on. See where you are. A, ask me questions or review them, and then you can redo it. If you don't ask me questions, I can't answer. And there's going to be also homework assignment. It's going to be something like this. Let me show you. Come on. By the way, this Excel spreadsheet has more than 3 questions, okay? Just because only 3 of them are visible doesn't necessarily mean that there are 3 questions. Make sure you see all of them and answer them. Don't laugh. I had maybe 1 in 10 students answered only 3. You basically need to, these are variants of back of the chapter problems. You answer them in Excel, and I also have similar problems that I do on video. And I also have associated YouTube videos in each of those. So you'll get those as a playlist as well. I'll suggest that you watch them first and get an idea of how I approach these, and the problems that you get are entirely similar. All right? And again, you'll have the same amount of time. Again, you can also do the homeworks with a partner. It doesn't have to be the same partner as a quiz partner. But you gotta let me know on the homework submission. And please, if you do it with a partner, don't submit 2 of them. Just one of you submits, fine. Same thing with quizzes. And to the extent possible, if you start with one of the partners on the quiz, you keep using that partner, because otherwise I have to manually figure out which one was maximum, which means it's gonna take you a while to figure out your grade, because I'm gonna do it whenever I get to it. Otherwise, Blackboard's calculates it automatically. All right? Drive safe. I'll see you guys next Monday. And read chapter 3 before you come, okay?